Welcome back to Old Charles. Today we are talking about the United States 5-cent coin from 1972 and why this small coin is still interesting to collectors and everyday people who find it in their pocket change. This coin is also known as the Jefferson nickel, and it represents a long-running design in American coin history. The 1972 5-cent coin was produced during a time when the United States Mint was striking large numbers of coins to meet public demand, and because of this many examples were released into circulation and are still found today. The obverse of the coin features a left-facing portrait of Thomas Jefferson, who was the third president of the United States. His image has appeared on the 5-cent coin since 1938 with some design changes over the years. On the obverse you will see the word liberty along with the year 1972 and the motto "In God We Trust." This design was created by Felix Schlag and remained familiar to Americans for decades, making it one of the most recognized coin designs in the country. The reverse of the 1972 5-cent coin shows Monticello, which was the historic home of Thomas Jefferson, located in Virginia. The word Monticello appears along with 5 cents and United States of America and the motto E pluribus unum. The building details can vary depending on wear and strike quality, and collectors often examine the steps of Monticello closely because strong, clear steps can add extra interest and sometimes extra value. In 1972 the 5-cent coin was struck at two main mint locations, the Philadelphia Mint and the Denver Mint. Coins from Philadelphia do not carry a mint mark, while coins from Denver show a small D mint mark on the obverse near the date. Both versions were produced in very large numbers, which means the coin is considered common overall. However, condition plays a very important role in determining value. The metal composition of the 1972 5-cent coin is 75% copper and 25% nickel. This alloy has been used for nickel since 1946 and gives the coin its familiar silver-gray appearance, even though there is no actual silver content. Because of this composition, the coin does not have significant intrinsic metal value and its worth is based mainly on condition, demand and collector interest. Most 1972 5-cent coins found in circulation today are heavily worn and show smooth areas on Jefferson face and weak details on Monticello. These circulated examples usually have a very low value and are often worth only their face value of 5 cents. Many people spend them without realizing the history they carry. However, collectors still enjoy finding nicer examples with less, whereas the condition improves, the value can slowly increase. Coins in lightly circulated condition with clearer details can be worth a bit more than face value, especially if they have good eye appeal and minimal damage. Uncirculated coins which show no signs of wear and retain their original mint luster are more desirable and can bring a higher premium from collectors who want clean examples for albums or sets. One special detail collectors look for on the reverse of the Jefferson nickel is the number of full steps visible on Monticello. When the steps are sharply struck and uninterrupted, the coin may qualify as a full steps example. These coins are much harder to find because many nickels were weakly struck at the mint. A 1972 5-cent coin with strong full steps can be significantly more valuable than a normal strike in the same condition. Errors and varieties also add excitement to the 1972 5-cent coin. Some examples may show double dies, off-center strikes or other minting mistakes. These error coins are not common and can be worth much more than standard coins depending on the type and severity of the error. Collectors enjoy searching rolls and old collections hoping to discover something unusual. The historical context of 1972 also adds interest. This was a time of economic change in the United States with rising inflation and shifts in daily life. Coins from this era reflect the design standards and minting technology of the period and serve as small historical artifacts that connect us to the past. Even common coins like the 5-cent piece can tell a story when we take the time to look closely. The history of the United States 5-cent coin from 1972 is connected to a long tradition of American coinage and daily life in the United States. The 5-cent coin, also known as the Jefferson nickel, was already a familiar coin by this time, having been in use for more than 3 decades. The design was first introduced in 1938 and by 1972 it had become a symbol of stability and continuity in American money. During a period of social and economic change in 1972, the United States was experiencing changes in industry, technology and the economy. Inflation was becoming a concern and the demand for circulating coins remained very high. The United States Mint continued large-scale production to ensure that enough coins were available for everyday transactions, vending machines, transportation and small purchases. The 5-cent coin played an Important role in daily commerce and was widely used by people across the country. The Jefferson nickel design honored Thomas Jefferson, one of the founding fathers and the third president of the United States. His presence on the coin reflected the nation's respect for its early leaders and democratic ideals. The reverse design showing Monticello Jefferson's home represented American history, architecture and independence by 1972. This design had already passed through several minor changes, but the main look remained the same, making it instantly recognizable. Coins from 1972 were produced at a time when the United States Mint was focused more on quantity than perfect quality. Many coins from this era show weaker strikes and heavy circulation, where today this historical reality explains why high-quality examples are harder to find and why collectors pay attention to strike details such as the steps of Monticello. These details tell the story of minting practices of the early 1970s. The 1972 5-cent coin also belongs to the modern era of coinage, when precious metals were no longer used in circulating nickels. The copper-nickel composition had been standard since the mid-20th century, reflecting changes in metal availability and cost. This shift marked an important chapter in the history of American money, where practical use became more important than intrinsic metal value. The condition of the United States 5-cent coin from 1972 plays a very important role in how collectors view and value this coin. Condition refers to how much wear the coin has received since it left the mint and how clearly the original design details are still visible. Most examples found today have been in circulation for many years and show clear signs of use, such as smooth surfaces, faded lettering and loss of detail on Thomas Jefferson face and the building of Monticello on the reverse. In heavily circulated condition, the coin will appear dull and flat with much of the original shine gone. The high points of the design, such as Jefferson hair, cheek and jawline, are usually worn smooth on the reverse. The steps of Monticello are often completely blended together and hard to see. These coins are very common and usually worth only their face value because the wear removes much of the detail that collectors look for in lightly circulated condition. The coin still shows noticeable wear, but more details remain visible. The word Liberty, the date and the mint mark, if present, are clear and readable. Jefferson facial features are more defined and the outline of Monticello is sharper. Although the steps may still be weak, coins in this condition may have slightly higher appeal to collectors who are filling basic albums, but they still remain affordable and easy to find. Uncirculated condition is where the 1972 5-cent coin becomes more interesting to collectors. An uncirculated coin shows no signs of wear from circulation and retains its original mint luster. The surfaces may shine and reflect light and the details on both sides are sharp and well defined. However, even uncirculated coins from this year can vary in quality due to weak strikes or marks from handling during minting and storage. One of the most important condition features collectors look for on Jefferson nickels is the presence of full steps. On Monticello, full steps mean that the horizontal lines at the base of the building are clearly separated and unbroken. This indicates a strong strike and careful preservation. Coins with full steps are much scarcer than regular examples, and their condition greatly increases their desirability and potential value.